So okay, and now that our next speaker is a kind of a famous one, and he is so well known in Kaohsiung, I think as well as the world. And you see his poster, this is beautiful, okay, and of course it's beautiful designed by our graphic designing team here on the poster. As you can see, like we have a Xie Huijun, and they are like young people, and this is kind of a great team guiding us, right? So when we have such wonderful like guests, and we have also wonderful posters by the wonderful team, right? Okay, so let's take a look at all the videos right before the guests is here. And the Wei Yang and the Yajun are actually kind of important like volunteers in our like young volunteer teams, right? Okay, and we also really care about them. And actually, I'm also there, although you don't see me like on the screen, right? Okay, and you see during the charity sale, and they sell bread, but it means a lot because they just get involved in the voluntary jobs, and they want to do their best to donate to make donations, right? Okay, so actually, all the money we collect will be just as a support to the refugees. Okay, during the April 3rd, like a Hualien earthquake there. Okay, so we have so many entrepreneurs right here. Okay, and I like you to just tell your friends and the family members such a good news, and just do whatever we can to like do something as a support to the refugees after the earthquake, right? And let me tell you, like Mr. Huang is a really kind of well open-minded person, and he is so much willing to do good deeds, right? And now the next video will show it, right? And you will know that, okay, and actually, he serves as a volunteer, but let me tell you the secret. He didn't want to do this, right? Okay. And do you see our like interpreter Xie, and she is so good at the performing the sign languages, right? But actually, it requires a lot of practice, right? Okay. And mainly, I do the like a senior care, and you will be just hearing like his sharing, and he get involved in two parts, like one is long-term care for the elder, and number two it is kind of a care for the like inmates. Okay, and he has a secret. I don't think you know it, right? Okay, right, because he also did something. Okay, and let's take a look at this video. And Huang Mingzhao, okay, really did his best, and he donates a lot of alcohol. Okay, and during the pandemic period of time, we are just in a big lack of alcohol. So Huang Mingchao just makes donations about this kind of alcohol liquid, okay, to over 82 schools, right, including over 3,000 people, and it was really kind of a support, right, okay, during the pandemic, right. And in this school, they have around 30,000 students in five different areas, and with all the alcohol liquids, and it was a kind of great support for all the schools, right? Okay. And aside from washing hands with a soap, and then of course they also need alcohol. And we need it everywhere, including the security checkup point and all the classrooms, right? And now Tzu is giving us like such a wonderful gift, and we feel so happy and touched, right? Okay. And this is, everything we do, right? Okay. So now, ladies and gentlemen, and we are having our guest, okay, Huang Mingchao. We like to be with you because you have a positive energy. Wonderful. Okay. You see Huang Mingchao and his wife, and I just want to be just, in the middle of you two, right? Okay. And now we have a lot of messages here, right? Okay. And even we have a message from North America saying that, no matter how busy I am, and I will just get online and listen to you sharing, okay? And I personally have to like remind Huang Mingzhao that today you have to speak in Mandarin, right? Because usually he speaks, in Taiwanese, but we have a lot of like online listeners who are from China, and I don't think that they understand the Taiwanese language. So this is a really important that he has to just do it in Mandarin today, right? Okay. And I am a retired teacher, and I served in like a Zhuangjing elementary school. And Huang Mingchao actually just went to our school and he delivered a lot of like warm speeches, right? And this is why we have a kind of wonderful warm team today. Okay. And all the teachers, including students, were just touched by all of his like sharings and presentation, right? And now today, if I say he, Huang Mingchao, is a big brother, and actually he is, right? Okay. And he just does this, kind of a caring jobs, okay, into we say prisons, right, to the inmates, right? Okay. So when I say he is a big brother, and you won't say no, he isn't, right? Okay. And today he has 30 minutes, right? And do you expect that he is giving you kind of the warm presentation? Yes, right. And please give him a big hand, right? And right here, and this is his beautiful wife, right? Okay. Because without a beautiful wife, and he couldn't just achieve some kind of a great success today, right? Okay. And he is really a considerate person, and he gives our interpretation team kind of a great like a paperwork here, okay? And he gives a lot, so much, right? Okay, let me tell you, okay, he has only 30 minutes today, but he gives the presentation, I mean, the interpretation team, like more scripts than like a 30 minutes, right? And it is a really, really considerate, huh? Okay. And I don't know why, okay, he can just accomplish so much, right? He has a secretary, okay, and he can just do it so quickly. And he just said, "Come on, come on, come on, teacher me." Like I spent like more than 2 weeks, like typing the script, like one word by one word, right? Okay, and this is kind of awesome, right? Okay, and you see this, everywhere, and we can see like a surprising points, right? Okay, and because of the oral interpretation teams, right, who may not understand well the mother languages in the local areas, so interpreter has to just see the script from the guests, right, so they can do the interpretation really precisely, right? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's have Huang Mingchao, please.
You're welcome, Dan.
亲爱的上人，全球的法亲师兄师姐们，
is the perfect. Yeah, I can. No problem.
我姓黄，叫
Let's start.
明朝清朝的明。
Dear Master Zheng Yan, global brothers and sisters,
乐章啊，我们都是第一次来当人啊。
I'm Huang Mingzhao. In Dynasty, today, the topic of my sharing is the Symphony of Life. Spiritually, no matter we are poor or rich, every family got their own difficulties. What that difficult is are our parents. Why we have this kind of father and mother and this kind of sibling and the marriage relationship between wife and husband and our relationship with our kids. If you didn't own each other in the past life, we won't meet this life. If you didn't cultivate the karma, you won't get the result of this life. Why we have to inventory our life. How to inventorize life from the day we have a memory, who and what form the present you. You have to, after the inventory, you start to accept this imperfect things and imperfect family. I share with you my family. In the middle is my father. The next one is my grandfather. Next is my elder sister. And next one is my grandmother. My father was in the middle. Next is me. The next one is my uncle. He was born with polio. He was stumbling for life. The next one is my mother holding my younger sister. And next one, they are my aunts and my uncle. This is our family. This life, we come to this life because we cannot let go of all the trouble made in the past life. How to fulfill that we not yet fulfilled in the past life. We come to repay over to complain. I'm really come to repay. I tell you how I repaid. My father is not so bad, but he liked drinking. He's always looking for trouble. The point is my father's female popularity so well, so he never let off girlfriends. So my grandma tell my mother, just keep giving birth. After the children was born, we will take care of them. My mother was so stupid, we just follow their advice. Not long after, we have 6 children. He's so executive. As a result, my father is still no responsibility. Fortunately, I have a very strong mother. She never give up. He go to the bus station to watch card. And the next time, he work in a restaurant as a waitress. Because at that time, my mother had severely depressed. What can you do? At that time, he almost never sleep. Just stay in the kitchen, wipe tears. This is my childhood. My kind neighbor come to take picture of us to show you. Otherwise, you think I'm kidding. In the middle high school, I was distributed the elite school. After school, I go back. I cook and feed my younger brother and sister. You see, I always ask myself and my mother, why you let me do everything? But my mother always say, you are the only one because you are the eldest son. You didn't know each other, we won't meet. This is my family. And Mama told my elder sister, Mama find a hair salon for you. They offer meal and housing. You go to work to make money to have a mom. My sister cried. You can't care about why you give birth to lots of us. Why other people study, we go to work. Fortunately, the marriage is so important. My mama never forgive. You already lost. Your children will make you successful in the future. Mama told me, would you please do mother a favor? You go to work. Where do you want me to go? My mother say, I really have nurse. And I went to work. After I graduated from middle school, I go to work. I become a boss when I was 18 years old. I often say, I thank you, my family, to give so much power. That's not really. You see, I go to work when I was 15. Every end of the world, my mother looking for me and asking me to take money back to buy food.
And I received a call, and my mom just answered because the phone call, right? Don't waste the money. But I just wanted to just give her kind of a warm, like blessings, right? And she even just scolded me that I don't call that because this is a waste of time and this is a waste of money. So my mom really just gave me a lot of like a discouragement there. Okay, so well, I just didn't, receive any wounds right from the family. Therefore, I just turned outward and I made a lot of friends. Like, okay, so let me just tell you this, don't make friends who are gonna be evil, right? Okay, because of all my friends, I just got hurt, right, in accidents, right? Okay, yeah. And I want to tell you that if you are just under any kind of sufferings, right? Okay, and when nobody wanted to just come over and give you any glance, right? And this is the bottom, very bottom of your life, right? And you will know that it is kind of a beginning point. So you can just, step back, right? Okay, and I thought that after my just accidents, right, and my mom would just say something good to me, but actually the opposite, right? Okay, and I lied in the hospital and I couldn't say anything and I was just injured in my entire body, and my mom still just kept scolding at me by saying something negative, right? And she said to me that it is not me that don't want to take care of you, right? Because I just can't, right? Okay. And I felt so upset because, I was in like a badly injured condition. And my mom said that to me. And you know how upset I was, right? Okay. So I wanted to just say, come on, and is it okay? Let's commit suicide altogether. But finally, I just didn't, right? Okay. And this is a really kind of a negative, personality that therefore I was formed, right? Okay. And so I learned to be kind of a bad tempered, when I grew up, right? Okay. I opened up the company and I just hire a designer and I want all my brothers and sisters to come over and help me. Okay. So it is a really, really kind of speedy that I own my own company. And do you know that the business there in my shop in my company was kind of super wonderful. Uh, and you know why the business in my company was wonderful because I was kind of sympathized by all the guests because all my staff members were all my brothers who were young, okay, and when they just spend the money, all right, and then they always say to all my staff and then myself that they just keep the change like because they need to go to school, right? Okay, so keep the change for older, like your younger brothers and sisters, right? Okay, and this is a way that we can just earn so much money in a shorter period of time, right? Okay, and therefore I was, pleased, and I was kind of proud, and then let my mother know that okay, you don't have to work, right? Because I can earn money myself, right? Okay, and let me tell you, my mom was really lucky, that she had a son like me, right? Okay, and I just began working when I was a senior high school young boy, right? Okay, and you see, right? This is the picture taken before I served in the military, right? And I bought like a Rolex, right? I bought a kind of branded watches, and I bought a motorcycle. Okay, and I wear long hair, and a lot of people thought that I was a girl, right? You know that my mom really hurt me very, very badly, right? And I don't know whether she's here or not, or fortunately she is not, right? Okay. And you know that I earned the money and I got the money and I just want to take the money home to my mom. My mom told me that, okay, don't come back so frequently. Okay. Hey, come on. I want to bring home money. And she said that to me, right? Because, she thought that, okay, I always like bought like expensive, like luxuries, like watches, like motorcycles and my like a weird so-called like hairstyle that so my mom just said don't come back to home, don't come back home so frequently because maybe you will just bring a kind of an active role models to my other like sons and daughters, right? Okay, well, I wasn't, right. Okay. Well, this is was really upsetting, kind of upset to me, right? Okay. So in the pictures, right, I was serving in the military, right? Okay. And I saved the money, I mean, the salary. Okay. And after I got kind of retired from the military, I bought myself a truck. Okay, and why did I buy the truck, right? Because I just like I just drive the truck right on the freeway and trying to just earn money by delivering goods, right? Okay, like oils or some other different liquids, right? And it was how I earned the money after I got retired from the military. Okay, I didn't rest very often. I didn't have much rest, right? Because I had to earn money. I never slept in, all right? I slept just a few hours every day, unlike others who can sleep like 8 or 9 hours a day, right? You know that how suffering I was, right? I had to earn money because I had so many brothers and sisters and family members, right? And they are waiting for my money. Okay. Always thought to myself that, the time that I can just really sleep well is when I die, right? After I die, and I can sleep forever, right? Because so many people needs me, right? And we just talked about my oldest uncle who suffered like a polio, right? And my mom again told me that you were older your oldest uncle has to be sent to the nursery home. Okay, and I said, come on, you don't you really don't have like enough salary, so you are not capable telling me that you were older brother. Okay, my uncle had to be sent to the like a nursery home. All right. And let me tell you one more time that I have so many younger brothers and sisters who are studying in schools, and so that I have to spend a lot of money. And your husband, that is my father, is a drunken, right? And we don't have enough money, and I also have my own family. I have my wife. I have my children. All right. And how dare you can just tell me about that? Okay. And then my mom just cried in tears, right? And he just poorly crying said to me that, okay, that is your oldest brother. I mean, that is your oldest uncle, and that is my brother. Okay. And what can he do? Right? He's getting old. He suffers from polio, and now he needs your support, and you said that to me, right? And you see that I had to take the shower for him, right? Because he just couldn't do it anything by himself, right? And after so much of her, we say confession, and I said, all right, okay, I surrender, okay. And there are all the stories that happened around me, right? Everybody just wanted me to give them money, money, money all the time, okay. And I have to say that when the gods closes the windows for you, all right, I mean, or a door for you, whatever, and of course that he will just open another like a window or door for you, right? Okay, and I didn't believe that, but actually it happened to me. Okay, finally. I lived around the Alzidi enjoying, okay, and what happened in this area that I live, right? Okay, and now you know that the price of all the land just get more than double, right? So suddenly, after one night, my like relatives got super rich, just after one night, okay, but that's had nothing to do with me, right? Okay, right. And finally, I got one more. I got one people, okay, and that is one of my uncles, right? Okay, and he just one day came over to me, okay, saying that, all right, I am so rich, right? So what do you want to do, Mingzhao? Okay, and I said to the uncle that I never learned anything. Okay, I wanna do something like like a garage, right? Okay, this is because I think I'm interested there, right? In washing cars, right? So I planned to do some business like that. Okay, selling cars, like washing cars, etc. Right? So I just get involved in such knowledge just by asking a lot about like people about that. Okay. And finally, I opened up one garage, like a car maintenance garage, finally. Okay. Okay. So now my conclusion today is that, okay, it's not because like you are capable. It's not because that you're handsome or what. It's because that you are confident, right? Okay. If you are not confident, okay, and if you don't have any credit in others, right, and nobody's gonna trust you, right? Okay. And you see in this picture, I open like a car maintenance garage, selling cars, right? Repairing cars, right? Washing cars, right? Okay. And I had like three agents selling cars for me, right? And they are really wonderful people, okay? And I said that I carry credit toward everybody, okay? Also toward my like a customer, right? Okay. And when people buy my cars, right, and they just trust everything in me, right? Okay. So I had a great like a business, right? And I did like wonderful, and I earned so much money, right? And but my uncle told me that it is too slow for you to like make money, right? Okay, so I said, so what can I do? And the conclusion was that I can open up a pawn shop, right? Okay. And my uncle just say, okay, when you are ready to open up a pawn shop, then let me know. But I didn't let anybody know, and then I didn't do any preparation. Okay, and then finally, I just ask some friends about what a pawn shop is all about and what I should prepare. And then soon I opened up a pawn shop, right? Okay, this is really dramatic, right? Okay, and I opened a chain store, opened a pawn shop. Did you ever hear that? Okay, and it was really kind of the most like overwhelming pawn shops. Okay, and you will never see pawn shops like having more than 20 staff members in one of it. Okay, and I am not only illegal, but I'm also comparative in my price, right? Okay, and you see that if you borrow money from the bank, right, I think the interest rate is not as competitive as in my pawn shop, right? Okay, and if you are interested in opening a pawn shop, and I don't think this is a good business for you because I have to deal with like a lot of different people from the government or we say underworld, right? Okay, gangsters, right? You see in the pictures, and a lot of my relatives just came over to my like a pawn shop, okay, and they say they wanted to just introduce to me a class, and the class they said is kind of helpful, okay, and they said that through the classes that I can grow up myself, right? Okay, and finally I also trusted in them, and I was so touched that okay, because in the classes, right, what really impressed myself was all my classmates and the whole were over 70 years old, and I thought that and I might have been in the wrong classes because I was the youngest, and all other classmates can be just the age of my father's. All right, okay, and we slept all together 24 hours, and we eat all together, and we learn all day there in such classes, and I learned that okay, they are really awesome people, right? Okay, and such classes were very expensive, right? And not every people who is rich can just spend as much money as it, right? And do it in the class that I had now, okay? And all my classmates shared their life experience with me, and I was just so amazed and surprised, right? Okay, and I learned that money actually isn't the most important thing in life, right? Okay, the most important thing is that all the relationship between your families and between and all the people around you, and the most importantly is that you have to do some contribution to the society, and you must be helpful to our society. If you don't do that, okay, and nobody's gonna like you, right? And I gradually learned something from all the talks, right, from all my so-called classmates, right? Okay, so I thought to myself that, and should I do something different other than making money to my original family or my present family, right? Okay, and my money is enough, right? So what can I do next, right? Okay, so I suddenly feel that I need to do some cultivation thing or like a practitioners, okay, like a practitioner. And now I'm not old, but I'm retired, so I now serve as a volunteer. Okay, spending money so hard, all right? Okay, every day to help people, right? Okay, so we have to just see through ourselves through the angle of life. And life actually means impermanence, right? And I'm 50 years old now, okay? And how long is my life? Okay, how long can my life last, right? And if I spend my life, all right, after 55 years old, earning money, it doesn't mean anything to me, right? And you can see from the pictures, and you see there our former president Li Denghui is like a classmate and friends, right? Okay. And what does the president mean? It means nothing, right? Because a president has also passed away, has also to pass away, right? Okay. I get retired. I'm not a fool. I love money, of course, right? Okay, but I think I can choose something more important to do in my life, right? Okay, and all my friends are really really so confident in me, right? Okay, and they said that I am their idols. They even want to use the incense and just worship me, right? Come on, this is true. I'm not lying, right? Okay, and in the pictures, and this is my father. Okay, he is lucky, and he has he is lucky that he is my like I'm his son, right? And I'm very unlucky because I'm his son, right? Okay, I always think this is the relationship, right? But through Buddhism, I learned something new that okay, because I owe him very much, and this life, and I have to eliminate all my negative karma by doing everything I can to like do everything as a return to him, right? Because yeah, personally, I feel so unlucky because I'm your son this life, right? And you see in this picture, okay, my father suffered from oral cancer and he has a lot of debt, right? He is in debt, right? And my mom said that, okay, he is in debt, but you don't just, do anything for him, right? Okay, right. But I thought that I had to be really obedient, okay, to my like a father who is dying, right? Okay, and you don't love him, but you have to pretend that you do, right? Okay, and let my father, okay, just be like a carefree without hatred before, okay, he dies, right? Okay, and finally, okay, my father passed away peacefully. And in this picture, you see my mother, and my mother, smiled really happily. But you see other audience, all the listeners here, they were crying, right? Okay. And I take care of my mom, okay, for her like entire life, okay. And I also took care of my father who abandoned our family, okay. And they said to me that okay, don't I hate them, okay? And I said to them that okay, if you really carry hatred in mind, then it is kind of a useless, right? Okay. And I believe that everybody has the positive side in mind, but what they lack is their energy, right? And if you carry and you find out where your energy is, right, and you can really do everything smoothly, I think, right? Okay. And I had my presentation last week, and after this, a lady just came over to me, okay, and she said to me that after your presentation, I recall to myself, right, okay, and I said to myself that I should just get my father, who is 98 years old, back, and I had to be always like treating him, all right, really nicely, right? And in this picture, you see, this is the lady who came up to me just last week, right? 3 or 4 years ago, Mingzhao had a presentation with us, right? And he just told me that I had to like treat my father in a nicer way, okay, and let's get rid of the hatred, right? And last July, my mom passed away, and it meant that my father really only had me, the daughter, all right. So contemplating like carefully, I thought about the Mintao's story, okay, and he also said that I should just be nice to my father, all right. But finally, it came true, right? I contemplated carefully, and I say I had to just do it, right? So now I'm living with my 98-year-old father. Okay, so Minchao actually is my manufacturer, right? Okay, You see, her father just abandoned her and her mother, the entire family. But now she loves her father like so wonderfully. And I say, right, okay, you see, and she is a good lady. And she told me that she wants you to come back home. And do you have anything to say to your dear daughter or to your dear father, right? And I really hope that in the very last stage of his life, and he can just live happily. And father, do you feel happy having your daughter as well as your son? Do you want to say anything to your daughter and your son, right? Yeah, as long as they are nice to me, then I feel kind of satisfied and contented, right? Okay. All right, and my father always like refer to me as Amway, okay, and I'm very grateful to them, right? And we really hope, okay, as a daughter, my father can just live happier, and I can really fulfill my life with filial piety, all right? And I already have let go of all my afflictions and sufferings and hatred, right? Okay. And this is kind of wonderful kind of result that I see that you are living now with your father, okay? And this is the plague, okay, on which you will see satisfaction in your life, right? And finally, Master Zheng Yan says that if you have a Dharma in mind, then you have the way out, right? Okay. And the process of life is suffering. But if we feel upset, okay, and we have to learn something, right? Of course, right? And if you don't learn something, then you just continue feeling upset, right? Okay. Thank you very much. And finally, and she just came back, okay, to the language. Do you hear her? I mean, his language. Yes, this is Taiwanese, right? Okay. Yeah, and now he is a really kind of an awesome people. Okay, and I really hope that he can continue sharing his stories like next time. All right, he has a kind of a super dramatic life. All right, okay, and then finally he says to everybody, okay, and we won't meet one another if we don't owe anything, okay, toward one another, right? Okay. So we are so touched, okay. And although his presentation is pretty fun, but I want to say that he is a full of energy, right? Okay. And I feel so both touched and entertained by his presentation, right? Okay. And now let's say that more than that, I more feel like I'm grateful hearing your presentation, right? Okay. And he is like a superior person because he just began carrying on all the duties when he was only 15 years old, right? And this is his life story, okay? But let's say if we were him, right? I don't think that our life could be just as awesome of his, right? Okay. And if we were him, and it's impossible that okay, we just open up okay our own business when we were like 40 years old, right? Or okay, and well, see, you may think that I myself get retired, earlier. No, actually, I get retired when I was 50 years old, right? Okay, as a teacher. And a lot of my colleagues just said it was a pity that I get retired so early, right? But I'm very sure that I have something to do after my retirement, right? And let's go back to Huang Mingzhao. Okay, he got retired when he was young. because he is sure that he has more meaningful things to do, right? Okay, and he knows that he has to cherish his lifetime to do something more meaningful toward the society. And Tzu Ji actually is his like a main, like a ground, right? Okay, and he's standing here and he is giving us like a full of energy. And we said, okay, to my friend that okay, he is doing the presentation, okay, and my friend got surprised that okay, I guess that they are going to just listen to his presentation online. And myself, okay, I myself feel surprised that he really changed a lot, right? And as he says, right, his mom is lucky to have him as her son, right? But everything now, as you can see in the pictures and through his presentation, like everything now has a good ending. This is just like a peaceful ending, okay? And he has more to share in his stories, right? Okay, I see, and we receive a lot of like messages saying that this is kind of a touching, right? And when that in Hualien says that his life story is kind of a full of challenges, and he knows to cherish all the affinities and accept the imperfections in his life, and he uses the wisdom and do everything to conquer all the difficulties, right? This is a role model, right? Okay, and all his friends just said that they all admire him, that okay, and this is really awesome, right? Okay, right? And wonderful. And Sijin says that, and Mingzhao actually has a lot of like life experience, and he never says he wanted to get retired, in the like a Siji's mission, all right? And it is really awesome, when we hear his presentation about his life stories, right? And we are so proud of you, right? And Zhou Ruixin from Beijing says like, Mingzhao, okay, and how old are you, right? You have experienced so much, right? And let me tell you, okay, he is 50 years old. He is no junior to me, okay? And Sijin says it's not easy to open up a pawn shop, right? And you are really brave, right? Okay. And you really have a friend who stands, for a lot of like aspects in the world, right? Okay. And we have Sijin also saying that, this is a life without retirement, right? Okay. And we have a Chichi Ha, and she says, "Oh, you are wonderful. You are a role model." Okay, and Meijin says, like, "Okay, money actually is just a tool. It's not everything." But actually, he said in his presentation that he's not making money, but he is always spending money. So I am really a retired person, right? And my money resources actually is from collecting rentals, right? Okay, right. I don't work, but I have some income, right? Okay, so don't worry about his income, everybody. And he is so much blessed, right? So of course, like he will receive like more money and do more good deeds, right? Okay. And after he received the money, and he just shared it, right, with all the people, right? Okay. And he is gonna be joining us, right, on the charity carnival on like June 9th, right? Okay. And through all the presentations, okay, now we have one more like message from Shandong Weihai, and it says that he is really a brave person because he didn't have great affinities with his family members, so it is good for him to be a practitioner. Okay, and please give him a big hand, right? Okay, but actually, we had a other volunteer. I can tell you his name, and he is a great volunteer, and he is well trained. Okay, and he is trained to speak in some specific way in some specific occasions. And actually, Huang Mingzhao is here as a Siji volunteer. It is all because of a Fang Shifu, okay, who opens like a bread and bag factory, of course, like you know. Okay, and we have a Bizhen from Kaohsiung saying that after listening to Mingcao's presentation, and we suddenly grow up through your fun sharings, right? Okay, and I'm sure that your life in the world is to just repay the grace, of course, right? Okay, and this shows that we have to really use well in our life and do something meaningful to the life. So this is the choices we can make, right? And if we are always upset and like complain about anything, and that doesn't make anything good, right? Okay, and this is kind of a wonderful selfless sharing from Mingchao. And the Dali, okay, message says that yeah, it's in fact perfection, right? Imperfection always lies in every corner of our life, but we can do our best to make it more perfect, right? Okay, and we receive more and more coming. Okay, there are so many more messages coming up here, right? Okay, and so now, whenever you feel upset, okay, always tell yourself, right, to let go of your like a grievance, right? Okay, and here is a message from Japan saying that this is really a symphony of a life from Huang Mingchao, all right, and always tell yourself that you come here and you are here to repay the graces to everybody, right? And this is a great chance that we can listen up to his life stories, right? And we have a message from Elan, okay, and thank you for your life story. And we have Victor from North California saying that, okay, if we meet together because we have dated and unpaid, right? Okay, so thank you very much. And we have the Andy from Mongolia, and he says that listening to your presentation, this is really useful to me, right? Okay, and if you have a life, if you carry love in life, this is gonna be wonderful. And your name is Ming Chao in Chinese means Ming Dynasty. So come on, do you have other family members whose name is also like a Qing Dynasty or other dynasty, right? Okay, and actually no, okay. And I said, right, if we don't owe one another, then we are not gonna be meeting, okay. And I was told that this quote really helped a lot of families, right? Okay, right. Thank you. We have a lady Coco from Malaysia. I'm so grateful, okay, to hear you that okay, money actually means, all right, you can just spend enough, right? You can use it enough, like in your life, right? And because he is also like a person who always thinks so, right? Okay. Okay, so here are all the wonderful messages left here, right? And if you have anything that you want to tell our Huang Mingchao, and just leave your message here. Thank you so much. Okay, and please do more sharings next year, right? Okay, and today maybe it's the beginning of your life story, but because you have only 30 minutes, right? Okay, and now let's go to our call out.